time. I do feel like they are thinking about you because the wind is picking up a little bit. I think that things are about to blow over with them. I think that they're in and out of their emotions. Um, they're unbalanced. They're feeling okay one minute, then are overwhelmed the next. Okay, I feel like they want to come in and say something, and every time they get close to doing so, for the ones that's not in contact, I think that they're like changing their mind about doing it. So what I want to see is really what I want to know is because I think that some of you may want to know, like, what went wrong, So I want to tap in because you may not have received that clarity and you may have that question of, like, what happened? So I want to see, like, what happened in the relationship? What went wrong? Why did you lie? What lie did you tell? And I want to know, like, because of the lie that you told or the actions that you did to the collective that hurt or bothered or made the collective feel unwanted or unsafe around you or to not trust you, like, what did it push the collective to do? Like, how did they feel? How did they react? How did it affect them? Okay. And then we're gonna look at, like, how long will it take for the collective to be able to forgive you, to get to some type of peace with you, to be able to trust you again, or either to be able to just move on from you. All right, so let's see how this goes. you know so, Father God, my spirit team, can you tell me a little bit about the history of what happened with the person on the collective mind with that relationship? What transpired? What happened? All right, I hope the glare is not too much, guys. So we have two cards that came out. We have second chakra, Archangel Ariel. Can you guys see it? I hope so. So second chakra deals with emotions and sensuality. Okay, so this person obviously, okay, so this was a very sensual relationship that you had with this person in the past. Okay, so they were very attractive to you. This was a very pleasurable relationship. You guys had a lot of sexual chemistry to one another. All right, so this person was drawn to you, was a immediately physical attraction to you. All right, so when you guys met, you were turned on by one another. All right, but with this being Ariel, if you could see, with this being Ariel, this is somebody who is known to keep demons away. Okay, and he helps you with challenging circumstances from different perspectives, help you to create positive changes. So you came into this person's life, and this person came into your life as well to create positive change. So this could have been I don't want to jump right now to say a twin flame, but definitely a soulmate, and definitely you guys were led to each other by a higher purpose. You were meant to cross paths with one another to create positive changes in one another's lives. Okay, something you were supposed to work on, whatever you were doing in life, or maybe the people you were with, the mind frame that you had, the circle of friends you were running with, the jobs you were in, something has run its course. You had already learned whatever lessons you were supposed to learn in that mundane life you were living. It was the same old thing every day. You were bored with your life. You were wondering, is this all that it is? But something that happened, you cross paths with this person, and this person was supposed to come in, shake things up, give you a new perspective on things, get you to see things differently. Okay, so you were living a little bit in your lower self, had a negative view, and they were going to show you another way to look at life, to experience life in a new way. Okay, so this is the reason for you guys meeting. Now, the angel of balance is out here as well, because when this person came into your life, you guys were supposed to balance things out. You were not, balance out love, have loving emotions, move from the heart, balance the mind and the heart. Okay, So be able to love, not only love, but allow love to come in. Be able to receive love and give love freely. Okay? Be logical as well as emotional. All right? So it was destiny. You guys meeting was destiny. You're supposed to establish a strong foundation with one another, okay? But also have a strong foundation with yourself, with your emotions, okay? So you could have been out of sync with something that was going on in the past, all right? And it was coming in to tell you this with this angel, this person came into your life to let you know basically that there was somebody that, okay, so let me give you an example. You could have been in, when you met this person, you could have been in a relationship with someone that you were thinking about releasing, that you did not release, or you maybe separated but not have fully released them from your life. And this person was coming in to show you that you deserve better than how that person was treating you, okay? And this person came into your life to show you another perspective. Like maybe the person you were with was emotionally controlling, manipulative, like talk bad to you, and maybe this person came in and was acting like a gentleman, opening doors for you, encouraging you, saying nice things to you, taking you out, just noticing like the little things like, oh, I noticed you dyed your hair, oh well, you look pretty today, oh well, that dress looks nice on you, or just simply hi, checking in, have a nice day. They were just doing little things to make you feel wanted, desired, make you feel good about yourself, okay? Something that maybe the person you were with and you have been in a relationship with was taking you for granted, and this person made you feel seen, okay? So this person came in to show you, make you recognize like, hey, you know, uh, I am I am somebody, you know, and people do want me, you know, I am loved, I am beautiful, and it made you take a look at the relationship that you are currently in to increase your self-worth, your self-love, to know that you needed to release yourself from what you were in, okay? So they came in to help you know that, to help you release the past, all right, to help you balance yourself emotionally, logically as well, and also to help you to listen to your intuition, all right, and not lose focus, all right. So they were like angel, they were guided by the angels into your life to help you with that, okay. I hope you're following me. So tell me what else, spirit guys, happened. Yeah, this person eventually end up breaking your heart. And even when you met that person, you could have had a broken heart. That person was dealing with a broken heart at the time as well, okay? And you guys came in to help each other, you know, mend hearts, heal hearts, okay? um I do feel like, you know, because the both of you were unhealed, even though this was like an immediate, intense, you know, chemistry, maybe trauma bond relationship where you guys were passionate between each other. You just never released the hurt from the past, from long ago. And so this relationship was never really able to get on stable footing or, you know, progress in a healthy way because you guys were still holding on to old feelings from the past, from the previous relationship in which you guys were brought together to heal and release and start your own on a new foundation, okay? So this card tells me that you did not take self-care. You didn't open your heart up to the light, and you didn't let new love come in. You held on to old experiences and old hurts and old pains from old relationships, okay? So that's letting me know that in that relationship with the person that you're thinking of, you both still held on to the past hurt. 909 when I say that. What else went wrong, Spirit? Yeah, so this C in here is confirmation. See, the person did not return love. They didn't give love, okay? And they had their heart closed. They weren't allowing love to come in and penetrate them, okay? Because they were sad, because they gave love before and they had their heart broken. So they were afraid to let love in, to let love shine in, okay? And you were brought to this person's life to love them, all right? To show them love. You as well, I feel like you allow this person You gave unconditional love to this person, but I feel like, to be honest, collective, and if you had to be honest with yourself, I feel like you still had a little wall up, and you didn't allow them to really penetrate your wall to get as close as they could have. Okay, so like, you allowed them to love you, but only to a certain degree. All right. This card can also mean that, like, maybe somebody was going through a divorce or separation. All right. And it could also tell me, like, at this time that there's a separation between you guys, or there's an emotional disconnect between you guys that's really at a deep level. All right. um, Not only are you dealing with an emotional separation with the person that's on your mind, but because she's holding it out from her heart, you're also still dealing with heartbreak and emotional separation that goes deeper than that, but from maybe a relationship prior to that, a much older flame. So it's like you're holding on to hurt from more than one old flame. Okay, if I had to be honest with you, collective, you're thinking, like, not only did he hurt me or did she hurt me, but he or she did the same thing that the other person did, and like, you're holding on to hurt from more than one person. Okay, and so you need to release that, and so the universe is wanting you to free your heart and open your life up fully to them. So you need to just look in the mirror, look at the angel, and just release that, and just know that you are worthy of love. You are worthy of unconditional love for the next person, and stop blocking that, stop holding on to that, because you're not allowing love to come in. You're allowing only so much love, but you're not really allowing it to just fully penetrate. It's like you're just giving parts of your heart away. What else, spirit guides? What else? Something wanting to come out? Okay, thank you. Came out backwards. Yeah, so somebody wants to take action. You're taking action yourself. Okay, so you are a star. It's 17. 17 does talk about a star. So you are a star. You're abundant. Okay. You're full of hope. You're spiritually being guided to go towards a better beginning. You're listening to your intuition. You're a spiritual guidance for the person that's on your mind, and for many others, to be honest with you. But you are going towards a better beginning, a newer place. Okay, you're being elevated. You're wanting to go to higher ground. Okay, you want new. All right, you're ready to leave the past behind you, and you are enlightened. You are transformed. That's why, and you're tapping more into your spirituality. That's why you're in the white, and the other horses in the black, because the person on your mind is still in that. Hold on, guys, my stuff is flying down, but I'm gonna keep talking. The person in the black is still in their negative um, patterns. They're still with negative patterns, negative emotions, and they're still in their lower self. Okay, so they are not listening to their intuition. They're not releasing the past. Okay, and they're not connected. They're not connected with the divine at this time. They want to come after you. They want to be with you. Okay, but they're just not chasing. They're being stagnant. You're where they want to be, but they feel stuck in the situation. They're still stuck in their mind frame. They're still what if in it, if you know what I mean. Like, well, what if it doesn't work? What if I can't do it? Well, I've got so many responsibilities. Well, I'm not ready to let go. They're still holding on. Okay, I hope I picked everything out. I don't want my stuff to blow away. I hope you guys could still hear me while I was doing what I was doing. Oh, I feel like I lost something. All right, sorry if you didn't. Okay, let's put this here. All right, can you guys still see the cards today? Oh, jeez. Station's falling. All right, I'm with you guys. So this person is just not taking action. They want to take action to move towards you. It's my arm in the way. Bear with me 1 minute, guys. I don't want to push the pause button, but just bear with me 1 minute. All right, the devil is busy. All right, so this person wants to take action. They want to take action, but they're not. Like, and they see you moving on from them, okay? And they don't like it, okay? Because again, like, you are the brightest star in this person's life. They've never met anyone like you. You guys could be total opposites. You see, you one white, one black. So you could have cultural differences, religious differences. You could be spiritual. They could be traditional, religious, or have no religion, at all. To be honest. And not only that, but you guys, like, one could do better financially than the other. One could be codependent, one could be independent. Um, just different backgrounds, different neighborhoods that you grow up in, live in, just different way of living, just different way of thinking. One could be outspoken, one's not, one's free. One lives boxed in, one just lives free, carefree. One sees things is pessimistic, one's optimistic. It's just a difference. But the truth is, you guys balance each other out. Even with the differences, you balance each other out. It's like a yin yang, okay? But this person does see you getting away, and they're not wanting to let you get away. That's why they're still holding on to you. He's staying so close by because he's trying to hold on to your energy, because he doesn't want to see you get away, okay? But yeah, he's not running with you. All right, what else, spirit guides, for everything closed? Let me make sure these not upside down. Yeah, they're not. These came out. All right, so financial constraints came out in the reverse. Oh, let me hold this. We're gonna blow. All right, financial constraints came out in the reverse. So, you couldn't have been in the past dealing with some money issues. Things could have been tight for you for a while. Money could have been slow to come in. You could have been late on some bills. You could have been living check to check. Maybe you filled out for some loans and you were waiting for paperwork to be approved, and approval was going slow. Maybe you were trying to buy a house and you were waiting for that approval, or maybe you applied for a grant or something, or a job, and you're waiting to hear back from that job, or you applied for school and you're waiting to get accepted. For whatever the reason, money is starting to come in for you now. It's not moving as slow as it was in the past. So you're going to get some job opportunities. You're going to receive some money. You're going to receive something of value. Okay, so not just money, but something of value. And when I say something of value, that really is going to be up to you, collective, as what is considered valuable to you. All right. So in addition to your money increasing, what's valuable to you? Is it that spending time with people, people, getting you having people energy, their time, their patience? Is it a property? Is it something tangible? So, is it just love? It's whatever's valuable to you. You're going to receive that in excess. Okay? Oh my God, guys, my sage spray just fell and broke. So you're going to have that coming in. And with that being a number 15, that is letting me know that someone's going to be, it's the devil. Okay, I'm sorry, that's a 13. So that is transformation, so it's ending. So just let me know that it's an end to your financial constraints, things not coming in for you. Okay, hold on, guys, got broken glass. I knew that was going to happen. I saw it coming. Oh jeez, I don't want any kids to get. All right, the devil's busy. I said devil by mistake, but maybe I didn't say devil by mistake, because the broke my spiritual spray. I said devil, then my spiritual spray fell and broke. Devil don't want me to do this video out here today, I tell you that. But I'm gonna keep going. We're gonna keep moving. Alright, guys. So the next card that came out, hope you can see, hope you're following me. Hope there's not too much sun glare. Sorry. Is attachment. It's the 5. 5 does talk about, conflict, change. Also talk about spiritual guidance. We didn't have the action out here, and I did tell you that you were like a spiritual guidance for this person. So this person was living behind a mask. And they're it's just showing you that they have not been showing you who they truly are, how they truly feel. They do feel like, because it's attachment, that they are attached to their past. They're attached to another situation. So this person could be married, all right, or they could just be in a long-term situation and have responsibilities either to family or to someone else. They could be in a business with someone. They're commingling money or properties, something that's holding them back, that they couldn't give themselves to you fully. Their heart could still be attached to someone, and they're not ready to let that person go, or give themselves to you. Even though I do feel like they have they do have love for you and would like to be with you. I think that this person still just has that emotional bond, that love for someone that they've been with for a while. And in order to be with you, they feel like they would have to release them. They know that they have to let go of something from the past in order to move forward with the future. And they're not ready to let that go. They don't feel like they can let that go. Okay, they have fear. All right, and it's all really mental. If you see the hand tied there, handcuff, it's like a mental thing for this person. This person has become comfortable with their lifestyle, with the people, with the things that they have accumulated, with the things that they have. And although it may not be healthy, may be toxic, may be full of drama and conflict, and they may not even have peace of mind, okay, it's comfortable for them. All right. And although they do want to follow behind you, okay, they're afraid. They're afraid of the unknown. And then they're afraid that if you see who they really are, that maybe you won't like what you see. Okay, maybe you won't accept them if they take the mask off, because they've never truly shown you who they are. You might not like their flaws. You might not like, this person may have baggage, and you may can't accept their baggage. Maybe they have addictions. We're verified. See if the devil comes out. Maybe they have some addictions. Maybe they have some habits that they think that you don't like, or some fetishes, or something that you may not like you've never really seen them. Okay, so they have attachments that they're not ready to let go of. All right, so we'll get one more, and then we'll do some clarifications. So what else, Spirit, happened with that relationship? Yeah, so there's the relationship, because all of this went on, they're not able, this relationship was not built on a solid foundation. It was not fruitful. The healing did not take place. Neither of you healed what went on in your past. So let's just call it what it was. Okay, you both shitted each other by not doing the healing work at the time of the relationship. And so it was not fruitful. It did not manifest. Okay, it did not grow. There was no abundance there. You were not able to reap your harvest. There was no material gain. All right, there was no love. You guys ended up denying each other of the love, of the happiness, of the peace. You walked away feeling discouraged, feeling like you've let each other down. Okay, you felt disappointed. There was a lot of delays in the relationship. Okay, you guys are disheartened. You let obstacles come in and block the relationship. All right, you guys didn't take patience. You weren't patient one another. You weren't persistent in taking action to fix problems that arise within the relationship. Okay, you guys did not, neither one of you, because I can't put it all on the person on your mind. Neither one of you made a point to put the other person as a priority, to open the communication to fix the problems that arose in the relationship. Okay, so you guys end up like repeating a cycle. Okay, so it ends up, this relationship, instead of being bountiful and fruitful, it ends up being a lesson for you to learn. Okay, and now the lesson for you to learn basically was for you to take a new direction, be flexible, be aware, and know that you need to take a new road to happiness. Okay, so this, instead of it being an abundant relationship, it ended up turning out to a lesson for you to learn. Okay, so let's see, Spirit guides, now that we know what happened in this relationship, let's do some clarifications. Where did I put my All right. So spirit guides brought someone to your life to help you move on from a previous person. You guys were supposed to help each other heal your heartaches, recognize that you deserve more to get out of a bad situation or come through a bad situation. You guys carry old past hurts. You came in with broken hearts, and instead of you guys mending those broken hearts, you guys end up breaking each other's hearts and not healing the previous broken heart. Got your heart broke even more. Not your heart broke 2 times as much. Now you ran, he ran, you ran one way, he ran another way. But after breaking your heart the second time, you take the time to try to go in and heal, collective. Now that you've finally taken the time to go in and heal and listen to your spirit guides, things are opening up and getting abundant and being better for you. But now this person's still out of fear, still not wanting to let go. Things are not doing better for him. And you guys had to call it quits on your relationship. We just summarized what I just said real quick, okay? So tell me something about the broken heart, because we already know why you met, okay? We already know what you're supposed to do. So tell me, spirit guides, about the broken heart, the previous broken heart. All right, so yeah, this person came in as a King of Wands. So like I said, there was a sexual attraction, okay? Definitely a sexual attraction with this person. A King of Wands is someone who's a leader, someone very confident, very passionate, with a lot of passion. So this person definitely came in with a lot of passion towards you. You know, they gave you a lot of compliments, made you feel good, made you feel sexy, made you feel desired, made you feel wanted, you know, encouraged you, you know, to want something out of life. They really motivated you. They were probably very touchy-feely with you, you know, made you feel desired, made you feel loved, made you feel wanted in a sexy kind of way, you know, made you want to actually take a little more time to pick out what you were going to put on, you know, put on a little lipstick, you know, put on a heel, get your nails done, get your hair done. You know, for the guys, they made you want to keep your hair cut, you know, if you eat grain, put a little dye. It made you want to put a little self-care, keep yourself up, you know, because they just made you feel desired, made you feel seen, okay? And this person made you, motivate you to make you want to do something with your life. You know, they motivate you to want more. This is what this person did, because they're a leader. They had a vision. They made you want a vision for yourself, okay? So this is what this person, you know, came in. And they made you want to maybe think about starting a business, you know, make you see like what you want to do with your life, how you want to prosper, how you want to make money. They made you consider, like, even if you're in a job, make you think about uh, going to school so that you can climb the ladder at work. You know what you needed to do to get a higher level, to get a pay raise, to elevate. This is this type of person that come in, okay? But a King of Wands, you know, they can be very lustful too. So I'm gonna be honest. So this person, you know, could have had a way with the ladies or with the men as well. So what else? Tell me about this broken heart. All right. So we do have an Ace of Cups. So that person came in, you know, offering love. They wanted to have a new beginning. They did want to start something with you. They did trigger a spiritual awakening in you, okay? They did make you open up. They did make you open up to start giving love, because prior to that, because you were in a situation that you weren't really happy in, you were kind of closing, you know, the idea to love. You were just going along with the flow, thinking, you know, all right, it's what it was. I'm in this relationship. It's stagnant. We're not going nowhere. You just felt like you were just going to go along to get along. And this person came in and gave you all this, open up these feelings in you again, made you feel alive again with all that passion. And it opened you up to feeling love, okay? Giving you clarity like, hey, you know, there is love out there. Just somebody is waking me up, making me feel good about myself, okay? I want more. You know, I don't want what I have at home. I do want to feel alive, okay? So, and this person made you feel that way. So tell me what else. Tell me something about the Angel 11 reverse. Yeah, but this is the thing. Like the Angel 11 reverse, like this person, like you battle with your ethics, okay? So, and this person, it's the Hierophant. And so it was a thing of morality and ethics with this, okay? So one of you in Earth sign out here, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, so one of you had ethics, I feel, and one of you didn't. And I feel like you came into this person's life. So I'm gonna take that is maybe like one of you was spiritual and you had morals, you want to do things the right way, you make good decisions, you know, something didn't feel right with you, you didn't do it. And I feel like the other person who you cross roads with, they didn't really do things morally, okay? Like maybe they test the water, they test faith, they took a lot of risk, you know. um like I'm just gonna say, like, maybe they were street pharmacists, maybe they did, you know, shoplifting, maybe they ciphered gas, maybe they cheated people, maybe they stole from people, maybe they set people up, maybe they went around sleeping with other men wives or other women husbands, you know. Maybe they lied to their, maybe, you know, just they just did things that were unethical, things of no morals, and they had no shame, no guilt about it, okay? And this was like one of the differences between the two of you, because you were more morally and you were trying to teach morals to this person. And you know, like 3113, when I say that, you were trying to teach morals to this person, and you came into this person's life to kind of balance them out and show them, you know, hey, like, this is the right thing. And you try to teach them, like, doing the right things, getting on the right road, you know, sowing 3131, sowing the seeds that will benefit and create harvest, you know, being positive, giving back, being an example to people, living in the light of God, okay, basically. Okay, so let's see, what else, spirit guides? Yeah, but this person, like, you, this is a mastery out here, teamwork. So you try to really work with this person and collaborate with them, because you know, you set a goal for this relationship, but this, it didn't work, you know. You really put in a lot of work, okay? You put a lot of work into this relationship, trying, because you had a focus, you know, like, we're going to collaborate, we're going to be a team, we're going to build something. You had a vision, like, where you wanted this relationship to go. You had a future, and this person probably sold your dream, like, yeah, this is what they wanted, okay? um, so you wanted to really see and do the work that it makes to make this relationship grow, to get the outlook that you wanted, okay? What else, spirit guys? Give me something on action. Give me something on action. Oh my gosh, why so many? I don't know about all of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 5 came out. So there was some conflict and some change that was needed in this. So we got 5 cards. I feel like there was some competition going on. Somebody disappointed, abandoned. Let's see. A lot of crap. Okay. You were the Empress, definitely. Okay, so you were the Empress, verifying here, action, again, the spiritual one, the gift, 17, the star. So that's absolutely right. You were the Empress. You were nurturing. You were loving. You were abundant. You were creative. You were fertile. You could have been pregnant. You could have been starting businesses. You could have had a child from this person. You could have, you know, made this person feel like home. You were a nice mother. You were mothering. When this person was with you, they felt like they were at home. You could have reminded them of their mother in the way that you cared for them so unconditionally with your love, okay? um, this person saw you as intelligent. This person was curious about you. You know, this person had a lot of confidence in you. This person loved the conversations you had. This person wanted to communicate with you, okay? This person loved hearing about your new ideas. They wanted to begin things with you, okay? You guys were, they were curious about your mind and what you had to say, all right? They loved how you spoke, what you said. You taught this person a lot, okay? You made them want to learn more, all right? Because you were wise to this person, all right? But this person, they're nostalgic about you. They're nostalgic about you now, okay? They're thinking, they love the innocence about you. You made this person sit and think about, you know, their childhood, okay? You know, because they saw you, like, in a mothering way, and because you reminded them at home, okay, and because you're so wise and you talk about things, maybe said things that reminded them of their mother. And I don't know why I'm feeling this, but like maybe their mother passed on, maybe their mother's deceased, no longer with them, or there's a disconnect somewhere with a maternal figure, okay, but you just reminded them so much of mom. You may have said things, did things like mom, and so you made them think about their childhood because they felt so at home with you, so at peace, you know, they felt so at home with you. You made them think about that because you were so giving, so innocent, so childlike, okay. And so um this person started giving. All right, this person had some emotional immaturity. This person started, you know, lacking direction. I think that the intensity of all that, you know, made this person start acting immature. Okay, they started acting like a child. They got so comfortable with how you made them feel and all this nostalgic and feeling so comfortable with their relationship. So they started acting childish. Okay, they stopped really viewing you like a lover, like somebody to build with, and they started viewing you more like a maternal figure, like somebody that was always going to be there. You made them feel, they viewed you more like home, and they not more like lust, okay. They started acting immature, okay, and then they started giving to a queen of pentacles. All right, they started offering, giving you fishy offers. All right, and then it looked like they went back and gave an apology to a queen of pentacles, someone that was financially abundant to them, someone who was helping them out with financial situations, somebody that was like at material to them. All right, so it could have been, because we did have out here about somebody from their previous relationship, somebody that they didn't let go. So I think the person that they were with previous to you, this queen of pentacles, was somebody who they may have commingled money with, may have had property with, somebody who helped them out with situations. Like maybe your person had a loss for finances, or maybe this queen of pentacles did stuff for them, favors for them, helped them out in need when they needed help with the bill, or gave them stability of some type of way. Let me see, can I verify queen of pentacles? It was something that queen of pentacles was doing for them, because they went back and gave an offer to them, okay. Like it's like you healed them, made them feel good, made them feel at home, and then they went back to queen of pentacles. Yeah, you see, your person started at some point in your relationship, your person started dealing with some hardship. They were in poverty, so they were losing money, okay. They felt isolated. They had some hardship going on. They had a loss of money. They needed some support. They started feeling insecure. Okay, but I want you guys to, okay, so this is me, like how I read my cards. You need to realize, like, this person, like, they felt out in the cold. So this is like the card of being out in the cold. But they're not only just out in the cold, but you see how they're in the window with the Five Pentacles? This is a window to a church, okay? Not a window to a business, not a window to a car dealership, a grocery store, a bar, a club. This is a window to a church, okay? So when you started making this person feel at home, and you were so nurturing, and you had like this mother like, you know, thing, and I told you like this person started getting nostalgic about their childhood. Maybe you started making them feel more like their mom and thinking about that. Like this person, you know, started having these memories, and they started feeling, you know, um childish and stuff. Like this person then started feeling insecure. Like this person had a disconnect, you know. Not this person fell out in the cold, but to a church. They're standing outside of a church window, feeling insecure with hardship, okay, feeling isolated. So this person's feeling isolated to God, to themselves, okay? So I told you earlier, I felt like this person, mother, may have passed on, or someone they considered to be a mother to them may have passed on. 39, when I say that, I feel like this person feels out in the cold and isolated because they don't have their mother around, okay? I feel like they feel lost without their mother, and so they feel disconnected from the church. They feel out of place. Like, but this person is standing outside of church. The church is here. Like the church is here saying, I'm here. God is like, I'm here. I'm always here. You're right here. All you have to do is come in. I'm here. Just come in. I'll help you. Like, you don't have to be isolated. just walk in, call me in, come to me. I'm right here, okay? But your person is just standing out, not even looking at the window, not seeing that if I look within, if I go in, I'll be okay. I can find my warmth. I can find my calmness. I'll be okay. I can find my security. But no, I'm going to stay outside and I'm going to feel isolated. I'm going to feel insecure because I won't just go in. Okay? But that's all this person has to do. All right? So give me something else. This person's having some conflict, some inner conflict, really. They're struggling. They feel isolated. Yeah. So they're holding on. They're holding everything in. They're not sharing. They're holding all this in. So they haven't told you about everything they're dealing with. They're holding it close to their chest. Okay? What they're dealing with, what they have. You know, they're dealing with some security problem. They're dealing with needing control. They're being possessive. They're being possessive with their emotions, with the hurt, with the pain. They're holding in how lost they feel. They're stressed. You know, they're unhappy. They really want to scream. This person's really hurting, but they're out here. They might be dealing with some addictions as well, even though that's not on the board yet, but we'll read some other cards. Yeah, they really just they want to build the confidence to come and talk to you about this. They're hoping that they can get the courage and the strength to come and say something to you. They want a new beginning, okay? They're ready to grow. They're ready for a new life, you know? They want to create something new. Yeah, they want to come out. They see you as having success. They see you being happy. They want to be happy with you. They want to have a new beginning and be happy with you. All right? That's what they want. What else, Spirit Guides? But see, this person thinks, too, that being with you is going to make them happy. But this is the thing. It won't. It's a foolish decision. It's foolish for them to think that, because being with you is not going to make them happy if they don't fix their issues, if they don't heal their problems, okay? So it's just careless thinking on their behalf. It's careless. And this person is out here being reckless with their life, okay? They're recklessly living their life because they're not healing their issues. Yeah, they're giving into temptations. I told you that I think this person have addictions. They're giving it into temptations, all right? They're having bondage. They're giving into sexual escapades. They're doing drugs, involving themselves in sexual activities, all right? They could be drinking. They could just be doing a lot of things, guys. They're in mental entrapment. But let's see what they're doing, okay? What are some of the things, and what are some of the things that this person lied about and hid from the collective? You know, tell us, Spirit, what are some of the things that this person lied and hid about and hid from the collective? Yeah, I hate nothing about you. And they don't, you know, because you came into this person's life, you know, you try to show them, be positive, you try to, you know, talk about morals, ethics, doing things the right way. You know, this person say they're going to keep their promise to you. So this person wants to change. They want to be that stand-up guy or that stand-up woman that you try to encourage them to be. They want to act with more integrity. They want to have morals and ethics about them. They don't want to keep living a life like they are. But see, this person is still hanging with fake friends. Like, they're still giving in to their environment, okay? They're still under the temptation of the devil because they still feel tied to that. You know, that's the environment that they're in. But they recognize that you walked away. They know that you're saying game over, you know, because they broke your heart. See the broken heart in there? You can see with the glare. They know they broke your heart, and they feel like they broke your heart because of their fake friends. I don't know if you guys can see that. They feel like the reason that your heart is broken and the reason that they were unable to keep their promise to you is because of their fake friends. They feel like their friends came between you and them keeping their promise to you, okay? But they know that they come and tell you that, like, you don't want to hear that. And you don't, because you don't want to hear that they let their friends come between your relationship because you want to think that, they're grown, they can make their own decision, think for themselves, but this person, know that, you guys could have had a wonderful, at one point in time, it would have been a beautiful love story between you two. And it would have. That's why you guys, came into each other's lives. It would have been, they do want to come in and give you a fake apology. And that's what it would be, because they're not healed right now. They want to bring you some apologies. They want to say that they want to make things work. They want to be with you. But the truth is, like, this person is still healing, still living in their unethical way. They're still not acting with integrity, okay? I feel like maybe they were with somebody and that person kicked them to the curb. So they could have got caught cheating on someone, and the third party kicked them to the curb. And so now they want to come give you a fake apology because, maybe, we did have out in the code. So, like, maybe they have nowhere to go. Maybe they need a place to stay because we do have this person out here with the hotel room. And maybe they want to come and offer you a fake apology because they need you to provide for them in some type of way. This person is dealing with some depression at the moment, and they do want to come in and fight for you. All right, they love you and they want to fight for you, but they want to keep your relationship private. Like, they want to fight for you, but they don't want anyone to know that they're seeing you. Okay, hence the fake apology, because again, this person's still holding on to something that they were involved with, so they don't want anyone to know. All right, this person got played. All right, they got played, they were manipulated, someone lied to them, controlled them, and now they know that they effed up with you. After they got played by somebody else, they now know that they effed things up with you. Okay? Oh my gosh, like, what's going on? Yeah, they destroyed. Okay, they're tired of drama that they're going through. That just fell on that. They effed up. They destroyed the relationship. Okay, over having tantric sex, getting involved, having tantric sex with other people. Now they're investigating, looking you up, trying to see what all you have going on. Okay, um, they got involved with somebody that was copying you. So it could have been somebody that was imitating your style, trying to do things that you do, similar to you in some way. This person could be trying to pick up things, do things like you did things, to try to copy you. Yeah, this person got caught up with another woman. That's probably why he got kicked out or she got kicked out. With lipstick stains, they got caught cheating on their third party with somebody else. And that's probably why they got kicked to the curb, okay? So I'm not reading it like they kicked somebody to the curb. Yeah, this person is envious of you. The third party is envious of you. Whatever happened in that other relationship, um, it's made public. People are talking about it. Okay, it's going. If it's not public now, it's going to be made public. Everybody's going to know about it. Okay, people are finding evidence. Like, this person got caught. This person got caught up on something, cheating, and it's going to be made no public. Okay, this person was in a toxic relationship for sure. Your person is toxic. All right, your person is no good. They're just for the trash. They're for the streets. All right, and people are getting fed up with them. And your person's trying to run. They're trying to run and hide because everything is coming out to the open. They might be running from the police. All right, there's something that they did. Maybe they tried to throw some evidence in the trash. Maybe they were on a run. Maybe they got caught. They tried to throw something in the trash. Maybe they had some drugs or something on them. They're running through it in trash. Police are out looking for them, but it's about to blow up, and maybe it's going to be on the news. Maybe that they're running from the police, okay? And maybe this is something that, they've done before. It's outdated news. It's old news about this person getting in trouble with the law. Maybe people just not surprised anymore. But let's see, like, when this person did all the stuff to the collective, like, how did this affect my collective? Like, what did it do to them? How did it make them feel? What did it put them through? All right, some of you guys could have dealt with some addiction. Going through all of this could have made you could have started drinking. Some of you could have smoked some weed. Some of you could have just went into some type of depression. But either way, it made you seek therapy. Going through this made you feel like you had an addiction to picking a certain type of male or female. It made you recognize that you had a pattern in the men or women that you were choosing, and you were addicted to something about them, okay? And it made you seek therapy. It made you go in and start healing some things about yourself, okay? Um, it made you unmask the truth. It revealed some things to you. You started examining yourself in a whole new light. You took a look at yourself like, why is this, are the same things happening to me? Like, okay, these people look different, but they have the same type of characteristics. It's the same problem. It's like repeating the same problem. Maybe you realized that you were dealing with somebody that had control issues, or maybe you were realizing that you had control issues, okay? Or maybe you were realizing that you have a fear of losing control in these relationships, and that, or trusting people in these relationships, and you need to learn to release controlling the fact that you can't trust people, okay? Or you need to work on releasing the fact that you need to have control in these relationships, always knowing the outcome or what comes next, or if it's going to work, or what the ending is going to be, okay? Maybe you realize you need to release anger, being angry all the time, getting upset so quickly of the small things instead of just relaxing. Maybe you're realizing you need to balance your emotions. Maybe you need to grow, okay? Maybe you learned that you need to have more passion with hidden desires out there. You need to bring more passion to your relationships, okay? Like, find out what's your deepest desire. What is it that you really long for? Like, you know, have more passion in yourself. Like, what is it you really want, okay? Maybe you need to have more empathy for the people that you deal with instead of just looking out for yourself. Maybe you need to have empathy for others, or if you always have empathy for others, maybe you need to have empathy for self to heal yourself, okay? Instead of always trying to fix another person's problems, feel your problems. Like, what's hurting you, and how can I fix what's hurting me? Like, find your purpose. Be your own self healer. Work on your problems one at a time. All right, have courage. You need to have courage. Face your fears. Have courage to be vulnerable in your relationships. Don't always hide behind the wall. Don't be scared to show your vulnerability, thinking it's going to make you appear to be weak and somebody's going to take advantage of you. Okay? What else? What else, spirits? What else did it reveal? What else did this push the collective to learn about themselves? The lessons that they had to learn from this relationship. Maybe it revealed that you were closed-minded. You weren't ready. You weren't willing to see things from other people's perspectives, to learn more about yourself. Maybe you weren't willing to be open to see that, you know what, maybe I have some flaws, or maybe the way I'm saying or doing things can come across, wrong, or could be hurtful, or maybe I'm not being considerate of others in their actions or what they're going through in this relationship. Maybe it showed you that you escape, like when things don't work out like you plan, that you escape, you run, okay? Maybe it wants you to relax, just relax, and just go with the flow, just breathe and know that everything is going to be okay. Just face reality and know that sometimes things happen in relationships. Doesn't mean that it's over, it's the end, it's just a bump, okay? Maybe it taught you light to light the darkness, that when you reach a dark spot in your relationship, you know that just to allow the light to come in, to just be aware of it, but then just have it, clarity about it, but then just put a lot of love into it. Like when something happened, like even though you go into that dark spot in your mind, your heart, and you get fearful, about it, and maybe you even not only get fearful about it, but you feel attacked. Like, recognize that, and then hurry up and come out of that moment. Like, okay, wait, no, I'm not being attacked. Somebody is just telling me how they feel. It's not an attack on me. Maybe they just need more love. They're just expressing. So offer more love. Give more love. Give more love to you. Give more love to them. When you give more love to them, they're going to put that more love back into you. It's taught you to not deceive yourself, to not be in deception, okay? To act with trust, transparency, and to act with integrity, all right? It taught you to be assertive, to have sacred boundaries, to respect honoring yourself, and to set yourself free when people don't honor your boundaries. Don't allow them to just come in and treat you any way you want. And most importantly, it taught you to surrender yourself. Surrender to God and have faith. okay? And know that everything is going to work out in the best manner possibly, okay? So I'm just going to give you a affirmation, and then this is going to be my reading for today. Overall, I think it went out okay up here. Okay, I lost a bottle of uh, sage spray. Got to get that up so nobody gets cut. But overall, my cards didn't, go away. If you guys still stay with me, it's a long reading. I appreciate it. But we did learn a lot. We learned a lot about why your relationship fell. Why if you guys were brought to each other, what they didn't tell you, and how it affected you, and how it caused you to grow. And it was very beneficial, not only to you, but to me. I am part of collective, so a lot of what goes on with you goes on with me. We are energy, okay? So what it says, let's get your affirmation for today. It'll only be one. All right. I am grateful for all that I have. So that is your affirmation for today. Be grateful for everything that you have. So don't look at what you're missing in life, what you wish you had, or because everybody always want more. But just be grateful for the things that you have, big or small, because I tell you, you have things that other people wish 55 that they had. Okay? And with that being said, have a great day.